wanted to conquer one of my biggest fears, which is talking to the camera in front of a bunch of other people. So why not come to one of the most popular tourist attractions here in Madrid, which is Plaza de Cibeles. And of course there's a bunch of people around me probably staring at me like, what the hell are you doing? But it's fine because we're going to conquer our fears today. We are going to be brave and we are not going to give a crap about what anybody thinks of us. So today I want to tell you guys why I decided to move to Madrid, this beautiful city that I am so obsessed with. So I think we should probably go somewhere a little bit more quiet because this is insane. So let's go. Hey guys. So I came to a quieter spot because being in the center of the city, it's just madness. So I decided to walk a couple blocks and come to one of my favorite places in Madrid, which is El Parque del Retiro. This park is absolutely gorgeous, especially this time of year. It is now fall and all of the leaves are changing and it is just magical. And you're instantly overwhelmed with a feeling of just peace and calm. It's really nice. If you ever come to Madrid, come to El Parque del Retiro. You will not regret it. That is my infomercial for the day. To tell you guys the story about why I decided to move from Miami here to Madrid. Basically, I was born and raised in Miami. I am a full-blown Miami girl. My mom is originally from here, from Spain. She moved away from Spain to Miami when she was 18, met my dad, had me and my brother, and we were raised there. But I was fortunate enough to travel to Spain frequently during my upbringing because all of my mom's family is here. So I came like once every 2 to 3 years to visit them, but I never really got a chance to really explore the country, you know? So I think my desire to really move abroad, because I initially just wanted to move abroad. I didn't know where I wanted to move. My desire to move abroad really started when I was in college and I was studying French because I really wanted to learn a third language, and French is one of the most beautiful languages in my opinion, and I really wanted to become fluent in French. So I was studying French, and I was fortunate enough to travel to France a couple times, and then I also studied in France for 1 month abroad, which was like the most beautiful experience ever. And I think it was really after that trip that I considered it an actual possibility that I could really just move abroad and make a life here, you know, somewhere in Europe. But I never really acted on it. So as the years went on, I graduated college, I got a job, I was living alone. I was really just, you know, being a full-blown adult. But it came to a point in my life where I felt a little bit lost. I felt a little bit like, okay, so what's next, you know? Because I really felt like I sucked the life out of Miami, if that makes sense. Like I explored Miami in and out, every corner, everything. I did it. And I was just kind of like over it. I've been over Miami for a long time. It's a beautiful city, but it just lacks a lot for me that I crave in my life. So my mom being a Spaniard, I knew that I was eligible to become a Spaniard citizen. So I started looking into that. I visited the Spanish embassy in Miami and I started asking questions because I was a bit scared that I had maybe passed the age requirement, because I thought it was 21, but I was around like 23, 24 at the time that I started the process. But they said, no, it's fine. Your mother is a Spaniard. You have the legal right to become a Spaniard. So I was like, okay, perfect. So I began the process without really knowing if moving was a thing that I was really considering. I just wanted to get my passport just to have the option. After several months of thinking back and forth of whether I should or shouldn't move, I really just sat with myself one day and I was like, Kirsten, what the hell do you have to lose? Like, you have nothing to lose. You are young, you have no children, you are not tied down to absolutely anything in Miami. The only one tying yourself down is you. So I realized, you know, now is the time. If I'm gonna do this, it has to be now, because if I wait, it might not be a possibility. I also had multiple conversations with my mom, and she would always tell me, you know, you have to follow your heart. If you feel like you might regret not trying, then you should definitely go for it, you know, because what's the worst that can happen? You don't like it and then you move back to Miami. And I was like, you're right. You know, like, there's nothing to lose. You might as well just try. Especially having my mom here already, you know, it would make that transition so much easier for me. So I decided, you know what, I'm moving, let's do this. So a couple months later, I was at the airport with all of my life packed into 4 suitcases, and I was making the transition of moving from America to Europe. And it was one of the scariest, most exciting feelings I have ever felt in my life. It was a bit sad too, because I was leaving behind everything that I knew. You know, I was leaving behind my dad, my brother, which are still in Miami. I was leaving behind my godmother, my aunt, all of my very dear friends, just everything that I'm used to. So it was hard, but it was also just very exciting because I was so ready for something new. I was so ready to take this leap and really enter this new chapter of my life. So I did it, and here we are. It has been 6 months that I've gotten to really settle down and become acclimated with this city, and I'm absolutely in love with this city. Everything that it has to offer, the culture, the music, the people. It's just the way of life when you compare to Miami, because I can't compare to anything else, is so different, because people here really work to live, you know? It's not an obsession like it is in the States. I mean, America is beautiful because the culture is very driven, it's very ambitious, and it really, like, you know, the American dream, it kind of gives everyone hope that you can really become something great. But I feel like there's also that feeling where work kind of overcomes you and your life, and you lose that balance. You lose, like, what's really important in life, which is to enjoy your life and to enjoy the people around you and make it a lifetime to remember, you know? So being here, you really see that people really appreciate their time, and especially in Spain, they have so many holidays here, it's insane. But of course, the economy is not that great either. So there are pros and cons. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that it's a very different way of life, and it's really beautiful to see it and to be able to live it. It's given me a new perspective on life for sure. So this upcoming year, I really wanted to dedicate more time to my YouTube channel because I am a videographer. I love making videos. It's always been a passion of mine. I studied broadcast journalism in college, and I really wanted to show you guys the ins and outs of Madrid. Just everything, the best places to go, best forms of transportation, everything. And I wanted to do it through my perspective so that anyone who wants to visit can easily access my videos and see for yourselves, you know, because definitely Madrid is a place to visit. It should be on everyone's bucket list. If you love traveling, you have to come to Madrid. It's just beautiful. I compare this city a lot to New York. I feel like it gives me New York vibes, but it's not as dirty, and obviously not as kind of claustrophobic, because it's a lot of people, but it's not like New York. New York takes it to another level. But it's very similar in the sense that there's so much culture, so many things to do. You'll never get bored here. It's the best. Another big deciding factor for why I moved is because I really want to travel. Traveling for me is like breathing. If I'm not traveling, I'm not living. It's the reason for life. So by being here, it makes it so much more accessible to, you know, hop on a train or hop on a bus or hop on a plane even, but it's so much cheaper, and the flights are like an hour or two to travel within Europe, because Europe is a fascinating continent to me because you have so many different countries right next to each other. You can drive through and cross borders, and all of a sudden you're speaking a completely different language and experiencing a completely different culture. And to me, that's mind-boggling. Like, that's so cool. So I really want to explore more of Europe, and I want to take you guys with me, and I want to show you guys all of my travels. Also, if you have any questions on moving abroad or getting your dual citizenship or whatever the case may be that you think I might be able to help you with, feel free to comment below and I will get back to you guys. Alright guys, well, I gotta go now, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.